What's up, the John Squad? This is John Pillionaire, your YouTube World Heavyweight Champion here too, and I'm coming to my WWE Monday Night Raw review for September 3rd, 2018. What a Labor Day edition we had of WWE Monday Night Raw last night. So, let's do this. So, we kicked off WWE Monday Night Raw last night with Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre, the new alliance. Braun Strowman shows footage from last Monday on Raw, and then Braun Strowman talks about how the Shield is, how they just talk about how the Shield, how they are going to finish the Shield, and how the Shield is done. So that's what happens there. So then Drew talks about how the Shield says it is over, and then Dolph says that they will be the most dominant team and they will in history, in WWE history. So then the Shield come out and then Constable Baron Corbin, the acting GM, brings out the whole Raw locker room, and then the Shield decides to attack the Raw superstars as they are trying to break them up. So then they attack the first group, and then they attack the second group. The Shield attacks the second group. So then they go into the ring and have a brawl with Braun, Dolph, and Drew. So then this leads to a brawl into the ring, and then they just split them up, and then they go and chase into the back, and then Baron Corbin has Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose arrested and sent them to jail, and that's what happens next. Then the first match we had on Raw was the Bella Twins versus the Riot Squad, and the winner was the Bella Twins. The second match we had on Raw was Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, Glorious, versus the Ascensions, and the winner was Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, and boy, that pair of a new team is glorious. That's what I can say right there. Then we had Elias sings a song in the ring and talks about that he starts talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes, and then that he can get behind the Michigan Wolverines, and that's what he talks about, which I thought was pretty funny. That's what I had included in here, and because I like the Michigan Wolverines, that's why he talks about that. So then Alexa Bliss comes out, and then she talks to Elias, and then then we had the third match we had on Raw was Alexa Bliss versus Natalya, and the winner was Alexa Bliss. After the match, Ronda Rousey attacks Alicia Fox, and then Alexa Bliss attacks Ronda Rousey and throws her into the steel steps, and that's what happens there to end that whole entire segment. So then we go on to, we had here was an in-ring segment with Shawn Michaels, none other than the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, and he talks about WWE Super Showdown. He talks about the last time ever at WWE Super Showdown between The Undertaker and Triple H, and that it's a decade to be there, and that he will be there in person. That few superstars have made their predictions, and that he is picking Triple H as the winner of this match. So then none other than this is that The Undertaker makes a surprise appearance, which I kind of guessed that was going to happen in the show. The Undertaker makes a surprise appearance. It just shows up, and The Undertaker then all of a sudden comes out and says that he has just become personal. This has just become personal talk. So that's what he says, and it was about 20 years ago when he helped both of them, when he put them to rest and chose Triple H, that it will be because he took away his career, when he took Shawn Michaels' career away. Since Shawn Michaels says to The Undertaker was because he retired, that way he stays retired out of respect for The Undertaker. So Undertaker says that he is going to put Triple H away at WWE Super Showdown, and that's what happens to end that segment with The Undertaker just leaving. So that was a pretty insane segment. I tell we're probably going to get one more match out of Shawn Michaels, maybe against The Undertaker, maybe at this coming WrestleMania. You never know. The next match you had on Raw was the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The B Team, go, go, go. And it was supposed to be the Revival, but Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler attacked the Revival, so then they replaced them, and it was the B Team versus Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. And guess what? We have new Raw Tag Team Champions. It is Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. That is right. So then the fifth match you had on Raw was the Authors of Pain versus Keith Johnson and Jimmy Jones or something like that. It was just jobbers, and the winner was the Authors of Pain. And then Drake Maverick, the 205 Live GM, is the Authors of Pain's manager now. So that's pretty something right there, full of surprises. Now, another match we had on Raw was Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Dana Brooke and Ember Moon, and the winner was Sasha Banks and Bayley. After the match, Dana Brooke says that she is done with Titus Worldwide and she's done with both of them. Then we had a Jinder Mahal and Bobby Lashley segment where Bobby Lashley had to go to Jinder Mahal's meditation thing in the ring, and what happens during this is that Jinder Mahal does Shanti in the ring. Shanti, and this tells Bobby Lashley, and they do it together. And what happens next is that Kevin Owens comes out out of nowhere after he says he quits. This comes out and boom, attacks Bobby Lashley out from behind. Then Bobby Lashley starts to beat up on Kevin Owens, and then Jinder Mahal attacks Bobby Lashley from behind. Then Kevin Owens just attacks Bobby Lashley, and then he power bombs him onto the ring apron, and that's what happens to end that segment. So then the main event we had on Raw was Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman, and the winner was Braun Strowman. After the match, Braun, Dolph, and Drew McIntyre started to beat up on Finn Balor. So then they were going to do the Shield power, lift him up and then onto the steel steps, but then they couldn't do it in time because out from nowhere, out of a cop car, comes the Shield. They make an entrance. They were going to get ready to go and attack Dolph Ziggler, Braun Strowman, and Drew McIntyre. So then what happens is that out of nowhere now, we just had the full heels wrestlers. Elias, Authors of Pain, who else can I remember? Drew Gulak, some other guy that I couldn't really notice and tell. Elias, and I think that was about it. And Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens start to beat up on the Shield, and Dolph Ziggler and Bryan and Drew McIntyre all just take out on the Shield. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, they all just take out on the Shield. All of them. There was no one to help them. They all just beat them up, attack them, hit them with weapons, and they just it was all hectic, and I felt bad for Seth Rollins. He just gets all beat up, and they all just take them all down, and that's what happens to WWE Monday Night Raw last night with Braun, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre in the ring doing this with all the heel Raw locker room guys looking on down at the Shield while they're all laid out, and that's what happens to end Raw last night. So I was surprised how way that it ended with the Shield down and out. Well, I can't believe they got beat up, but hopefully they're all okay. But anyway, once again, the John Squad, please like this video. Leave your comments down below what you thought about this Labor Day edition of Monday Night Raw last night. Leave your comments down below and subscribe for more. You're all the best of John Squad. You're all one of a kind. I love each and every single one of you all. Peace out, the John Squad.